2024 is over, and it's time for the official Otaku Den Romance Anime Awards that nobody saw coming. Jokes aside, here are the best romance anime of 2024. These are my personal favorites, so feel free to mention what's yours. Let's go. Number 10, Giji Harem.
失礼な。そりゃ俺だってハーレムとか夢見ることぐらいあるさ。
ハーレム。じゃあ今度私がデートしてあげよっか。
Kicking off, we have a show you think would be a harem, but not an actual harem. This is about Eiji, a guy who wishes he had a harem. So he joins the drama club, hoping to find a harem, but instead finds Rin and Akura. Rin has a huge crush on Eiji, and so to win him over, she decides to put on various different personalities to see which he likes the most.
そういうのは俺がやりたいんだな。絶対モテるじゃんか。
You know how harem anime operates? Get multiple girls with different personalities and make them all fall in love with the main character. But what if all those girls were one girl instead? Yep, that's what makes this anime so refreshing. This is like the ultimate monogamous harem experience, where you don't have to fight with the fandom on which girl is going to win, because the main girl is the best girl. Number 9, Seventh Time Loop. The villainess enjoys a carefree life, married to her worst enemy.
一体何を企んでいらっしゃるのです。
何も。ただお前に惚れ込んだだけだ。
これ？
婚約破棄され、何の後ろ盾もないのだろう。
I remember reading the title one evening and then seeing the phrases, the villainess and married to her worst enemy. Thinking it's another dumb shoujo show with the same tropes recycled, I decided to throw it away. But sometime later I started watching it again and binged watched it within 2 days. The characters are so refreshing. The time loop is done very well, and man, it gives some nice drama along the way. That's a very good lesson to never judge a book by its cover.
お前のような人間は見たことがない。発言の内容も知識も身体能力も単なる令状には必要ないものだ。
This might look like your villainous versus not-so-guy story done a million times, but this time we have a time loop thrown into the mix. This girl, who looks like your typical villainous character design, has been reincarnated 7 times. And on the 7th time, she falls into the hands of the cruel crown prince of the rival kingdom. And to make matters worse, he asks her hand in marriage. You better watch the anime and see what happens. Number 8, Makine, Too Many Losing Heroines.
このタイミングで聞くの。
美味しいね。これ。
ローズヒップティー、美肌効果があるんだって。
美肌。見せる相手もいないですけど。
やめて生々しい。
Okay, I'm gonna admit it this time. It's a harem anime, but not the regular harem anime. Trust me, if it was a regular harem anime, it wouldn't be on a top 10 best of the year list. This is about Kuzohiko Nukumizu, a guy who's pretty antisocial and decides to mind his own business until he sees Anna Yanami get dumped by her childhood friend. He decides to be the good guy and help her out, but this makes her and some other girls attracted to him. The moral of the story is to help people who've been broken up so karma can award you with as many girls as possible.
じゃあそろそろお金返してもらっていいか。これこの間のレシート。
あの時はありがとうね。本当に助かった。
At one time, Makina has some of the best comedic deliveries I've ever seen. At other times, it has the most wholesome romance elements I've ever seen. And at other times, it becomes a parody which parodies other rom-com tropes. It's like an all-in-one bag that's absolutely worth your time. Oh, and it's done by A1 Pictures, so the production quality is going to be off the charts. Seriously, this is one of the best produced rom-com anime to come out. Number 7, Blue Box.
ありがとうございます。
どうかした？
いえ。
Sports and romance is something that's very hard to do. It's like trying to add comedy to a serious show, like Attack on Titan. This is about Taiki Inomata, a guy who wants to be a pro at badminton. One day he sees his senpai, Chainatsu Kano, practicing for the girls' basketball team. This makes him fall head over heels for her. Once the two meet each other after a chance encounter, the two realize they have a lot in common.
ポケットから歌詞。
その代わり許してね。
Like I said, I never thought sports and romance can be mixed in, but this has done it really well. When you don't have sports, you get these wholesome and cute slice of life moments scattered inside this anime, which makes the entire anime much more fun to watch. Once again, the production quality is off the charts, and I'm thinking it's nothing to be surprised because it's, at its heart, this is a sports anime. Number 6, Spice and Wolf Remake.
これどうじゃ？似合うかや？
待て、それは俺のだ。
そのようじゃよ。
Wait a minute, Mr. Otaku. Why is your favorite romance anime at number 6 and not number 1? Yeah, I hear you, buddy. But this is the remake we're talking about, not the original. And call me a guy who doesn't like to change, but I still prefer the original more over the remake. But that doesn't make the remake bad. It still captures the vibe of the show really well, and it stays even more true to the source material than ever before.
ホロなんてもう必要ないか。
わっちがどうかしたかや？そんなに驚かんでもよかろう。
The premise is the same. Guy meets Wolf Girl. Wolf Girl turns out to be a deity, and in return for taking her to the place she wants, she decides to help the guy with economics. And no, not the economics exam, but real-life economics. There are some changes in the remake rather than the original, but it isn't some groundbreaking change. When it was first announced it was going to be done by Studio Passione, I was really worried because their track record's worse than Disney doing remakes. But turns out they stayed true to the novels. Number 5, A Sign of Affection.
最初電車でありがとうの手話してきた時のあのユキの目なんか俺ずっと忘れらんねえし
Time for some wholesome anime, and it's time to move away from regular high school and for some college anime. Here, we meet Yuki Tose, a guy who's handling the pressures of college. But things change when an upperclassman named Itsumi Nagi decides to help her out. And since this is a romance anime, it doesn't take long for the two of them to fall in love.
今度海外行く時キャリーに詰め込んでいくかユキ入る
それって一緒に行く流れみたいな。
A sign of affection is something that keeps giving wholesome moments while treating the issues discussed in it seriously. For example, Yuki has hearing loss, and the anime uses it as a way to discuss the issues faced by disabled people. And it's really awesome to see how the two decide to communicate with each other and help each other out. Sure, this won't be the next big romance anime or something that'll break the records, but it's something wholesome that you can watch to make you feel fuzzy. Number 4, Kimi ni Todoke, 3rd season.
あのさ、クリスマスなんか用事ある？
あのね、私今年は家出られるの。お父さんとお母さんとも話して、だから。
One of the most surprising announcements of this year was Kimi ni Todoke getting a 3rd season. It's so good because 1, the first 2 seasons of the anime is something I really enjoyed, and 2, the 3rd season is all about Salko and Kazehaya being a couple. So we don't need to see those will they confess scenes again.
つぶって日短くなったね。
And if you don't know what this anime is about, this is about Sako Kuronuma, who is nicknamed Sadako, and thought to have an angry and evil personality. But in truth, Sako is innocent, and has a desperate urge to make friends as well as to get close to Kazehaya, the cheerful, popular boy of the school. Kimi ni Todoke is an old romance anime, not older than your grandfather, but the 2nd season came out in 2011, and the 3rd season's coming out in 2024. That's a long gap, but I'm not complaining. I'm just happy this anime is back. Number 3, Aoya hides her feelings in Russian.
何してるの？
いや、頭を冷やそうかと。物理的に。
The hype for this anime was insane. That may be because Putin sent his spies to anime forums, or the main girl's a tsundere finally done right. I prefer the second reason. So what's unique about Aoya? Well, she makes snarky comments in Russian, and it turns out her main character can decode those really well because he knows Russian. One boy who knows Russian falls in love with a girl who has a Russian descent. Come on, that's far better than the regular high school dramas we're getting every day.
なんか今日は妙に優しくありませんかね。
だって朝からなんだか元気がないみたいだからどうしたのかなって少し心配しただけよ。
And what's great is Alya, it delivered exactly what it was hyped for. The voice actors and the character designers did justice. We got fan service moments at the right time. The side characters are so good. Characters like Yuki got popular than Alya at certain times. And most of all, this delivered that slice of life romance comedy high school drama that everybody wanted. So make sure you watch this if you haven't. Number 2, ReZero Season 3.
この目も声も銀色の髪も私が大好きな人が褒めてくれたもの世界で一番かっこいい女の人と同じなのそれを変な風に言って怒ってた
Alya was hyped for one season, and this was hyped for an entire year. And it's ReZero, so you know it delivers. As always, you need to watch at least twice and be a meditating ninja to understand some plot points. But once again, Season 3 is an upgrade from Season 2, just like how Season 2 was an upgrade from Season 1. The visuals are more epic, the directing is done well, and the dialogue is more polished too.
そうそうこれは俺とエミリアタンの可愛いベイビーベアトリス
違うでしょヨシアが驚いてるじゃない私スバルとチューはしたけどチューじゃ赤ちゃんはできないんでしょ
I guess there is no point explaining the premise of ReZero. You all should know it by now. But Season 3 kicks off when Emilia receives an invitation to a meeting in the Water Gate of Prestilia from none other than Anastasia Hoshin. Who's that? She's that cute girl from Season 1 who seemed to be normal. But that's not the problem. It's the evil that's coming along the way. And it comes really fast because the tensions are high within the first episode itself. Yeah, ReZero doesn't take its time to give Subaru depression. Number 1, Dangers in My Heart, Season 2.
前は正直あんまり大人になりたくないななんて思ってたりしたもんだが今はもっと山田に近づきたいと思えるようになった物理的に
And the winner of 2024 romance anime is Dangers in My Heart Season 2. That's because this gave me wholesome vibes in my heart and turned out to be something that I never expected. Seriously, when Season 1 came out, I was almost at the point of ignoring it because the premise seemed like something done a lot of times. But man, this keeps surprising me over and over again. It delivers its emotional moments perfectly, and the character development is subtle but noticeable. And even the animation and the soundtracks got an upgrade in the second season.
付き合ってるのって言ってたね
This went from Guy Stalks Girl Show to Best Wholesome Anime in Human History real quick. The anime starts off with Yamada wanting to kill the girl, who likes to tease him, and then getting social anxiety along the way. But Season 2 dives deep into some character pasts and brings up more drama. If you haven't watched this, then you are seriously missing out on one of the best romance anime ever. So go watch it, or I'm asking Santa not to send you a girlfriend this Christmas.